All right. Shalom Yashala. Call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Wahara Brakathum. I like to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akyam, pushing this truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Aquad that they're listening. What I like to, just go into, I don't intend for this to be long, but as you can see on the screen, you got Trump renaming or rebranding the Department of Defense as Department of War. Okay? Through the spirit and power and prophecy of Yahweh Basham Shah, it was imminent, man. It means it's going to happen. Okay, I don't care, how these people try to dress it up or how Jake feels or how Esau feels or how any one feels, man. Prophecy does not concern your feelings. Will it activate your emotions? Of course. That's what this is. Hey, that's hey, you're supposed to be know what's going on, right? Everybody's so goddamn smart these days, and everybody knows what's what. Well, you should be knowing that. Hey, prophecy is shaking the world up right now. Okay, but the excerpt of the clip is Trump and also I believe the Secretary of Defense, if I'm not mistaken, Barabin Baba Kusha. Yeah, my man Pete Hegseth. So yeah, I'm gonna let the excerpt of this clip play, then I'm gonna get some scriptures.
We won the First World War. We won the Second World War. We won everything before that and in between. And then we decided to go woke and we changed the name to Department of Defense. So we're going Department of War.
That this name change is not just about renaming. It's about restoring. Words matter. It's restoring, as you've guided us to, Mr. President, restoring the warrior ethos. Restoring victory and clarity as an end state. Restoring intentionality to the use of force. So, at your direction, Mr. President, the War Department is going to fight decisively, not endless conflicts. It's going to fight to win, not to lose. We're going to go on offense, not just on defense. Maximum lethality, not tepid legality. Violent effect, not politically correct. We're going to raise up warriors, not just defenders. So this War Department, Mr. President, just like America, is back.
Hey, and the Lord put the spirit on these Edomites to feel as such, man. Call halal Yahbashim Yahshah. Okay? Especially, the whole complacency of this of the mindset of Jake. Even in the truth, you are the sects of Israelites, all these executive orders that Trump is hitting hard with. Bro, he's bringing he's coming to a city near you. Just straight up, man. Okay? You got the whole thing with Chicago, I believe. Trump's gonna send troops that way, and you got Jake, who's living a thug life, responding to oh, we don't care, this and that and so forth. But you know what? E is in his he's in his climate, man. This is where Esau thrives, and he's showing you that. Okay, this is Revelation chapter 11 verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Okay, what was Trump talking about when he first got into office, when the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, he said, hey pal, you're barking up the wrong tree. You're barking up the wrong tree. Trump kept pretty much just letting them know, hey, you're on the verge of World War III, pal. Everybody, who's in the know should, be familiar with that clip. Okay. You know, he let him know he was barking up the wrong tree. You know, and you're on the verge of World War III. Those were Trump's words, man. And then he just had this press conference, then rebrands the Department of Defense. That was that was wartime, man. Okay. Let me read verse 14 again. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And that's referring to the past world wars, okay? World War One, World War Two. See how Trump mentioned those? Hey, well, we won World War One, we won World War Two. Guess what? Guess what? It's already begun. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Okay? Look how everything is look how the Lord is working, man. The government shutting down for France, the government shutting down for Nepal. You know, the Lord is going hard right now, man. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. Okay, it's definitely not a light thing. And people are starting to acknowledge that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, man. You know, with the whole job situation, okay? You got the whole Hyundai situation of that of them cutting 8,000 jobs in Georgia. Not seizing, but pretty much in a sense, but rounding up immigrants who were illegally documented, or you had them people had it to where I believe those representatives of Hyundai weren't here how they needed to be per se. Okay, those Koreans, man. Okay, because you got ICE who rounded up them. And I'm not sure how exactly, but I believe how their paperwork was, you know, because Trump and them were clamping down on the visas, and per se, you know, I know he's been going back and forth, you know, dealing with the court situation, you know, with all these hearings and rulings and so forth, man. Okay, but it's getting intense. Okay, this is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Okay, did not Hegseth say, hey, words mean things? Words mean things. Okay, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Okay, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, right? So we see what's about to occur, man, and it's a beautiful setting, man. Okay, it is very much so a beautiful setting. But because the Lord has put a spirit on them, so they're not here to play around, man. They're not here to be cute. They're not here to be politically correct. He is letting it all hang out, from your elite to your everyday six-pack Joe. Okay, Joe six-pack. Your everyday Joe six-pack. Okay, your everyday you know, Edomite who they know the buzzword, let's make America great again, where he can do a lot of BS and get away with it, not be reprimanded as other men, you know, as Lyndon B. Johnson say, you get the lowest of the low Edomite to think he's better than the Jake who's at the top of their class, beyond, let's just say beyond middle class. Here's if I'm not mistaken, here's a billionaire. I'll give an example. Robert Smith. Okay, Robert Smith is a very well-off Jake, but Lyndon B. Johnson's had a quote to pretty much, if you can get the low-hanging fruit Edomite to believe that he's better than the top tier Jake, Robert Smith is a Israelite he appears to be from the tribe of Judah, but he's a well-to-do Jake who's well off. He's a billionaire, right? If you get a Edomite who's making anywhere to 40 to 50,000, they don't care the education that Robert Smith has, or the finances or the assets he has. No, they just want those Joe six packs to know, hey, even though this nigga right here is a billionaire, is well educated, well off, okay, he's an anomaly, you know, a nigger billionaire, right? A nigga billionaire. They still want E to know, hey, you're better than this nigga, even though he's a billionaire and he's very well educated. Okay, that's the vibration that's being put heavy back out here. Call halal yabashim yashah, because it never really left. It was more so repressed. But Trump, got these people with batteries in their back, man. And it's more so, it's the Lord that got people all in this, with this energy. And we're here for it through the spirit and power of Yahbashim Yashah. Okay. The Lord is not, Lord is not playing, man. And a lot of people are about to see how serious it's about to get. Okay. Let's see. What was that? There we are. This is Psalms 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Bro, ever since Trump got back in office for his second term, his second go around, okay, as they say, this isn't his first rodeo. He's with the shits, man. Okay, let me reread that. Verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Okay. The whole, what's smoother than butter? Oh, we're not gonna tax tips. We're not gonna tax overtime. We're going to put prayer in schools. We're going to have more of a moral compass. Everything's going to be on a level playing field. Everything's going to be merit based, and we're going to make America great again. But here it is. Hey, it's war. Hey, it's war talks every damn day. More and more. But it's beautiful, man. It is beautiful, and people are really about to see. E at work, okay? Because see, Jake want to, take Trump specifically. Oh, it's not all white people, this and that, and so forth and so forth. Like, bro, an Edomite's an Edomite, okay? Just like an Israelite's an Israelite, okay? But hey, we were chosen, man, from the foundations of the earth. We were chosen. Israel was chosen, so that's not our issue. Call halal yabashim yashah. I'm an Israelite. If you're not an Israelite, hey, tough cookie, man. But the Lord is moving and grooving, as we can see. He's with it. He's got a cabinet who's with it as well. This is Yahushua speaking. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that they Salaki, let me read that correctly. Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. Okay? We're not troubled, man. You know, we're doing what we're supposed to be doing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. And Abarazah, we keep the spirit on us. And that the Lord keeps the spirit on us to keep prophesying, man. To keep doing his to keep doing his work, man. What he's ordained us to do. Okay? This is what we're supposed to be doing. You know? We're you know, these headlines are prophecy, man. Okay, these news headlines, you know, even though they got the whole psyops and the whole coordination of, you know, just really trolling and playing in people's face, man. That's all according to prophecy, man. Okay, the Lord let E get full of himself, you know, but at the same time, the Lord is just letting E doing what E does. And it's just really a beautiful setting, man. Okay. Let me reread that in its entirety. Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay. We're getting very close to the end. The end is not yet, but we're getting very close. Okay. Did not Poland shoot down a Russian drone, being too close in their airspace? I believe early this morning or last night, one of the two, still within the last 24 hours. Okay. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Okay. It's not the razor Ovid. Okay. The razor Ovid is now like razor sharp pain in someone's throat now. All these reoccurrences, all these people dropping dead from the 2020 pandemic. People are complaining like, man, I shouldn't have got the jump shot. I shouldn't have got that. I'm feeling funny. Jake dropping dead left and right. Okay. That was one of the heavy pestilences. Now what's a famine? The grinding ceasing. 300K Eve is out of jobs, man. Okay, the so-called black woman. 300K from February all the way up until April, if I'm not mistaken. And now, I believe those are the correct numbers. Whatever E got going on with the analytics. Okay, and there shall be famines. That's a famine. A lot of people losing homes. A lot of people have lost jobs. Pestilences. Hey, I just made mention of how all these Jakes are dropping dead. Okay, tip-top shape. Okay, and earthquakes. Okay, we're seeing crazy tsunamis and earthquakes, fires, just in diverse places. Okay, verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Okay, ain't nobody smiling. Ain't no reason to be smiling, except for our sake, because we know this thing to be true. We believe it to be true. Okay, this is just not happening out of thin air, man. Okay, this is not happening out of thin air. Like, oh, surprise! No, this is prophesied. Okay, this is prophecy taking place. Okay, but that's all I have on this. And Abaratazah, this is edifying for the body. So with that, once again, call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Waha Rakakodash Brakathum. Once again, I'd like to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akion pushing the truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Aquat that listening. Shalom.